Welcome to Coming Start Again. Our word for today is intimacy. Mm. Into me, you see. It has been described as one of the three main components of love in the triangular love theory by Ruben Sternberg. But what exactly is intimacy? How does it impact our relationship? And why is it important? Well, I'm sure we all know about intimacy. It's a word that is daily used, commonly used in love relationship to talk about love. Okay, but let's dive into it a little bit. Let's give a little bit of a different perspective to make you understand it better and use it better in your relationship. Let's dive into it. So, intimacy. The dictionary is saying that intimacy it's a close personal relationship with someone, a private and comfortable atmosphere, or sexual activity, especially sexual intercourse. But intimacy has been a wordplay. It's either said into me you see or into my mate, which is mean it's seeing deeply into someone, knowing someone into the deep of the person. Into me you see. So it can also be defined as a degree or the degree of closeness and connection that we have with someone, characterized by a deep understanding, vulnerability, and trust. One of the words that's going to come back here is the word trust. And like the way we already talked about it in our previous video, you can just check on the link here and to go and watch the video on trust. So what are the dimensions or what are the different type of intimacy? When we talk about intimacy, there are different type of. There is emotional intimacy, which is sharing our feelings, our thoughts with our partner, and this emotional intimacy strengthen our bond and our connection. And then we have physical intimacy, that is touching hands, kissing, hugging, and having sexual intercourse, of course. And then we have intellectual intimacy, which is sharing thoughts, ideas, or doing projects together with our partner, meaningful project to us. And then we have spiritual intimacy, which goes a little bit deeper into the spiritual, where we share our values, we share our belief. Go back to the video on belief. We share our belief with our partner. Okay, so that's spiritual intimacy. And there is experiential intimacy, which is sharing meaningful experience, having meaningful fun with our partner, doing new activities or traveling, doing things that bring us connected, share memories together. So those are the different type of intimacy. Have you ever experienced? Let me know in the comment section. If you've been watching the words that we'll be talking about in the past few days, we talk about belief, we talk about affection, and we talk about trust. Those words, if you take the survey, they all build intimacy. Affection, I believe, is what I would call the beginning of intimacy. Affection is how you build intimacy. Affection plus trust. The more affectionate you are with your partner, the more you show your affection to your partner, the more your partner opens up to you, the more there is emotional bond that creates between you. And then if you add trust to this emotional bond that is already created, that is affection that is building up between you two, you create something deeper level of things that nobody outside is knowing what is happening between you two. And that's how intimacy is. So everything starts with affection, which I believe is one of the smallest steps you can take in building strong intimacy, being affectionate. And then adding trust is like a little bit of salt. Trust is that salt, like I said in the video. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch the video on trust. Trust is that salt that you need. If it's not going to be sweet. Mhm. It's not going to be sweet. So you need affection plus trust, and then you are building those. Always going to talk about layers because everything for me is building. Eh, Anything in relationship, nothing just happened overnight. It's all about building. So once you have that degree of affection and trust in a relationship, and the other partner has opened up about vulnerability, it becomes like a circle where affection, trust, intimacy, and then the circle grows thicker, grow bigger, you know, and then your intimacy level grows. And then your intimacy level grows means your emotional bond in the relationship is strengthened. Your ability to communicate or to convey message to your partner, to have meaningful discussion in the relationship is also stronger. You have built a strong security feeling in the relationship. And the more intimate you are, the more vulnerable you are in the relationship. It's kind of an interplay. The more vulnerability you offer in your relationship, the more intimate you become. But vulnerability is going to come. What exactly is vulnerability? I believe we need to really also need to explain it. So stay tuned for. So when it comes to building intimacy, allow me to introduce the work of two person that I've been following for years. They changed my life, my relationship life in general. And one is psychotherapist, famous psychotherapist Esther Perot, and the other is Nigerian pastor Kingsley Okonkwo on his wife. So Esther Perot defined intimacy as 7 verbs that we need to apply in our relationship to grow on intimacy. And those 7 verbs are to ask. The verb to ask here is asking for your needs, asking for the things that you believe matters to you in the relationship. And then to take. Taking is allowing yourself to take pleasure in your relationship. Allowing yourself in the relationship to take pleasure in the thing you're building. Allowing yourself to take what is yours in the relationship. Those pleasure moments, having fun. Take pleasure in what you are doing or the person you are with in the relationship. To receive, which is allowing yourself to be loved. Accepting yourself as you are and allowing someone else to come into your life and showing you love. Receiving this love, but also receiving the gifts. And then to give. Love is all about, or being in a relationship with someone, it's all about giving. Giving gifts, giving time, giving. And then to share. To share comes with mutuality. Two-person relationship is all about sharing. Sharing in what? In your pain, in your joy, in your sadness, in those moments, all about sharing. And then to refuse, which is a word I believe is linked to our boundaries. Knowing when to say no and when to say yes. Saying a no allow you to say yes. It's not everything that you allow in a relationship. It's not everything that is okay for you. So you need to be able to know when to say no, when to refuse something. And then to play. Playful. Having fun. I think being with someone, one of the main reasons also when you are with someone, we shouldn't forget that we need to have fun. Someone come into our life to share in our joy so that we can share together the joy of this experience called life. And then one verb that I would like to add is to partake. I think it englobe a little bit all the verbs, but to partake. Understanding that is also your work. You need to partake for this relationship to work, for this things that we are building to work. You also need to partake. You also need to be in hand on it, work for it. Now, Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo have even defined word by word or tried to take letter by letter the word intimate. And IB for being intentional. N for your needs. T for trust. I for interest. M for managing emotion. A for advancement. T for quality time, and E for exclusivity. So what is being to be intentional? Being with someone is not of, sometimes we talk about falling in love. I believe loving someone should be intentional. Everything that you do, how you talk to the person, the gift that you give, the time that you give, everything should be intentional. You need to think about, how can I love this person better? How can I make this person feel better? How can I convey my love better? You need to think. And then needs. What are my partner's needs? For me, I believe it's even good both ways. What are my needs in a relationship? You need to know them. You need to be able to ask for them. And then you need to be able to understand your partner's need. What are both our needs in this relationship? What is the need of this relationship itself? What do we need? It's different from what we want, there is also another video on the channel that I talk about needs. You can check it here. So it's understanding my needs and my partner's need and the need of our relationship to grow. The T is for trust. I'm now going to talk about trust. The video is here. Trust, I think, when it comes to intimacy, for you to have, it's a must. If you realize, I think we talk about trust in every minute of this video. It's a must-have if you want to build strong intimacy. And then the I for interest. Yeah, interest is tapping into, not forcefully the same interest. No, it's not that people in a relationship should have the same interest. No, but what is my partner interest? Let me know a little bit about it. Even though maybe I don't like it, but that's what my partner is interested in. Let me know a little bit about it. So tapping in each other's interests, and even you don't like, even if it's not yours, try a little bit to do a little bit of work on it. But if you have shared common interests, that's a beautiful thing. It builds intimacy and managing emotions, which I believe is one of the most difficult things for a lot of people in relationship, and how you convey a message without hurting your partner, or how you convey a message, or how do you manage your emotion in a relationship, that everything in your relationship is not just a reaction, an emotional reaction, but it's mainly thought, it's mainly played, it's intentional. And then advancement. We need to grow together in this relationship. The relationship should help us grow step by step. You do this, I do that, we grow together. And then quality time. I think it's the one of the most valuable thing you can give to someone, no matter what your love language is. Quality time, I believe, is time. For you to grow in intimacy, time plays a huge role. It's one of the most expensive value in this world that money cannot even buy. And then the E for exclusivity. You need to be exclusive to each other. So I believe these two description, or these two explanation of intimacy, will really help us a lot to understand how to build it, what exactly it is. But I love this interpretation of extraperal, as it's simple for us to grasp. Verb that we use daily in our daily life, daily conversation. What are they? How do you build intimacy? To ask, to give, to receive. Those are simple things. So I'll put a link to extraperal's article with this verb in the description, and a link to Pastor Okonko's video also in the description. Go and check it. So, what are some misconceptions when it comes to intimacy? So, a lot of people believe that intimate people do not fight. No. Even in couple that are really intimate also fight. Fights or conflict, if you were to call it, it's something that deepens your intimacy. It helps you know your partner better. It's like you fight today. Fight or conflict arise when you two meet on a certain stage, and then for that particular stage is for you to know your partner. It's a new layer of your partner's vulnerability that you are about to know. So once you pass that stage, your intimacy grows. So intimate people also do fight. So people think you can only be intimate with other people. Yeah. But there is something about intimacy that is interesting. You have to be intimate with yourself. Being intimate with yourself, knowing how to share time with yourself, being true to yourself. You can be close to other people, but when you are you yourself in your room, naked, in your bathroom or wherever, that's you. And you need to be close to yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to love yourself. Being intimate with yourself. What do you do with yourself when you are alone? How do you treat yourself? Being intimate with oneself. And then the third misconception, a lot of people believe or think intimacy is just all about sex. No. I hope by the end of this video, or I hope this at the end of this video, as we are finishing now, you understand that intimacy is not just having sex all the time. No, that's not intimacy. No. Okay, it's just a single tangling part. It's part of the physical intimacy. Not even just that's not is physical. It's a part of it. Part of physical intimacy. So I really hope this video on intimacy help you understand the word and give you clues on how you can grow intimacy with your partner. If that's the case, or if you have any question, or if there's anything in the video you didn't understand, or something that you'd like to add, let me know in the comment section. See you for our next word. Comment thoughts.